Hi, hello everyone! I'm Toshi from Japan. I'm the tourist guide for foreigners. In this video, I'll show you
10 important things you need to know about the Visit Japan web in 2026.
When you arrive in Japan, it is very common to wait more than 1 hour for immigration and customs. But if you use Visit Japan web properly, you can reduce that time to around 15 minutes. In this video, I will show you the exact mistakes many travelers make, based on real experiences from my tour guests. I will also walk you through the actual Visit Japan web screens so you know exactly what to do. And I will explain why, for many travelers, the new integrated kiosk system is not the best option.
Plus, I also offer guided tour in Japan, travel itineraries based on trip duration and area, and recommendations for unique cultural experiences.
You can find more information in the description below. So, let's get started.
Number 1 is what is Visit Japan Web? Visit Japan Web is an online service that allows you to complete immigration procedures and customs declaration before arriving in Japan. Once you finish the process, you will receive a QR code that can be used for both immigration and customs, helping you enter the country much faster. This also means you do not need to fill out paper forms at the airport. Instead, you can either use a dedicated lane for QR code users or use an integrated kiosk terminal available at major airports such as Haneda, Narita, and Kansai. This service is only available for travelers entering Japan by air. If you arrive by sea, you cannot use it and must fill out a paper customs declaration form instead.
Even if you arrive by air, you can still choose to use paper forms, but using Visit Japan web is strongly recommended for a smoother and more comfortable arrival.
Number 2 is what is problem? Most travelers believe that once they register on Visit Japan web, everything is ready. They see a QR code and assume they can go straight through the airport without any issues. However, this is where many people make a mistake. Some of my tour guests thought they had completed everything, but they had only finished part of the process. When they arrived in Japan, they were stopped by airport staff and asked to step aside. They had to reopen the system and complete the missing sections while other passengers moved ahead.
This kind of situation is more common than you might think. Do not assume.
Number 3 is why this happens. This happens because the system is not as simple as it looks. Visit Japan web includes multiple steps, and each one must be completed correctly. Many travelers do not realize that immigration and customs are separate processes within the same system. I have seen tour guests who carefully entered their passport details but skipped the customs declaration without noticing. Number 4 is biggest Japan entry mistake. There is one step that causes the biggest problems for travelers using Visit Japan web. It is the step called Register New Planned Entry or Return. Many people create an account and enter their personal information, and then they think everything is done. I have seen this happen with my own tour guests. They arrived at the airport feeling confident, but they had never registered their trip itself. Because of that, they could not complete immigration or customs in the system, and no valid QR code was generated. At the airport, they were stopped and had to start over while others moved ahead.
This single step controls everything. Do not skip it.
Number 5 is step by step. Let me explain what you should do in a simple way. Log in to Visit Japan web and open your trip details. Then look carefully at your status. Both immigration and customs must be completed, not just one of them. I have seen tour guests miss this step and assume everything was ready, which caused delays at the airport. If anything is incomplete, go back and finish it before your flight.
Once everything is confirmed, generate your QR code and keep it ready. Check it again.
Number 6 is common mistake. This is one of the most common mistakes I see with families and groups. Each person must have their own QR code. I once had a group of tour guests who shared a single QR code by taking a screenshot and sending it to everyone. They thought it would be fine, but they were stopped at the airport. Staff checked each person individually, and the shared code was not accepted. Even if you register multiple people under one account, each traveler needs a unique code.
One person is one code. Do not share it.
Number 7 is important tip. Here is a small but very important tip that many travelers overlook. Always save your QR code as a screenshot on your phone. Some of my tour guests relied on internet access at the airport, but the connection was slow and unstable. As a result, they struggled to load their QR code while others moved ahead. Even if your registration is perfect, not being able to show the code quickly can cause delays.
Saving it in advance makes everything smoother and faster. Save it now.
If you would like a personal guide in Japan or need recommendations for travel plans and cultural experiences,
Please contact me from the link in the description section.
Number 8 is fake website and app warning. One more thing you need to be careful about is fake or unofficial websites. Visit Japan Web is completely free, and you should never be asked to pay any fee. The Japanese government also warns travelers about fake websites and apps that try to collect personal information. Please remember that Visit Japan Web does not have an official smartphone app. If you have downloaded something claiming to be an app, do not enter any personal information and delete it immediately.
Always make sure you are using the official website.
Number 9 is Japan Kiosk Warning. Now let me explain the new integrated kiosk procedure. This system is available at major airports in Japan, including Haneda Airport, Narita Airport, and Kansai Airport. These kiosks allow you to use your QR code and passport at a self-service machine to complete your arrival process. Instead of going through immigration and customs separately, you can finish both procedures in one place. The kiosk will also take your photo and confirm your identity during the process. This system is designed to make arrivals more efficient and reduce the number of steps travelers need to take. However, there are some important drawbacks, and it may not be suitable for everyone.
I'll explain that in the next section.
Number 10 is why not use the kiosk. As I mentioned earlier, the integrated kiosk is not always the best option for every traveler. In fact, I often do not recommend it to my tour guests. There are two main reasons for this. First, there is a height requirement. The system is designed for users who are at least 135 centimeters tall. This means that younger children may not be able to use it, so families traveling with small kids will have difficulty using the kiosk together. Second, you may need a temporary entry stamp in your passport. This is important because in Japan you often need to show this stamp for tax-free shopping, purchasing, or activating a Japan Rail Pass, and renting a car. To get the stamp, you need to ask an immigration officer. Even if you use the kiosk, you may still need to go to an officer in the end. After a long flight, it is easy to forget this step. Be careful.
How was today's video? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you in my next video. Bye!